So, having gone through that whole application process and gotten approval, what kind of general advice would you have for, other investors, in Europe, let's say, who are considering EB5 in terms of picking an attorney to help them?
Yeah, obviously you have to follow I think it's a gut decision. In the end, you have to feel comfortable with who you work with, because this is one of the most life-changing decisions you ever take, I guess. So you really, the chemistry has to be right. You have to feel comfortable. It's a very, even though in the whole overall time frame, it might not feel like such a long-term relationship, but it's a very intense process. So you end up spending quite a lot of time with your lawyer, and you have to just feel comfortable with who you work with. So I think obviously you need to choose somebody who is knowledgeable, or who you trust. So that's really what matters. And ultimately, I think it's important that the person knows what he or she is doing, and it's not only theoretical knowledge but practical experience. And that's for me, that was really the overriding factor in the end. EB5AN was actually one of the first regional centers I contacted, and afterwards, I think I spoke to maybe 3 or 4 more. But what really stood out was, first of all, you are one of the founders, and I contacted you, and you almost immediately responded, and it was very easy to get on a call with you, and that wasn't the situation with the other regional centers. So even though I spoke to very knowledgeable, friendly, and experienced people, I never spoke to any of the principals or founders at any of the other regional centers. So I thought that was already a big difference. EB5AN seems very transparent in that perspective, and also obviously super responsive, very professional in your approach and the communication. I don't think it ever took longer than 3 to 4 hours before I got a response from you. So that was amazing, and I really that really appealed to me. And what I also liked about EB5AN was all this information you have out there on the internet, although the educational informative emails you send, because they really cover and they touch on the right, covered the right questions for me, basically. So that was very helpful and insightful, and I thought that was, again, very transparent, and that appealed to me.
In terms of Coulter specifically, what about Coulter, made you more comfortable as a developer than some of the other developers of other projects, that were presented to you?
I think they've been in the business for over 25 years. I knew that, and they've never actually failed to repay any of their loans, and I thought it was very impressive. And what really appealed to me was this loan repayment guarantee. Obviously, there still has to be some risk involved in investing in an EB5 investment, but I think this repayment guarantee really mitigates or minimizes the risk as much as that is at all possible. So that was definitely a huge factor for me as well. I don't think anything could have been better. It was super smooth, and again, it just showed that even though obviously you're all separate, you all have long-term, long-standing relationships, and my attorneys, their team actually were in touch with you guys during the wiring process. So it was all very swift and smooth, and no questions unanswered really. So that was, yeah, it happened really fast in the end. I think, I mean, started working on my documents in July, and I think it was the end of July that I was invested.
And when did you get your 5260 approval for Twin Lakes?
That was, I think that they received my application on the 1st of August, and I received then the approval on April 2nd. So it was exactly 8 months and a day. That was even much quicker than I would have hoped for. It was very quick, and super pleased with the outcome.